Confession, I have an addiction to bags. And I'm not talking about purses, I could care less about those. I'm talking about functional bags, specifically camera bags. So in my quest to find the perfect camera bag, I've tested out quite a few of them because I've got a lot of camera gear that I use to film this channel as well as do professional photography. But of all the camera bags that I've tested, and there have been quite a few of them, I have never found a bag that is dedicated to mobile or smartphone photography and videography, which, if you're anything like me, you are shooting more and more on your cell phone than you are on a big camera. But this is a new camera bag that I'm quite excited about because its whole premise is to be geared for mobile photography and videography. So this is by ShiftCam, and it's called the WorkFlow Sling bag. I will talk more about the specs and basics of this bag, but there are 4 features in particular that make it geared toward mobile photography and videography. And they're unique. I haven't seen them on any other camera bag out there. So in this video, we'll talk about them. First off, I love how sleek and minimal this bag is. It is definitely going for function over fashion, which is fine by me. And it also does not scream, I'm a camera bag, unless you're carrying a tripod on it, of course. So this bag is available in 2 different versions right now. There's a 4-liter version and a 7-liter version. I have here the 7-liter version. It's the only one that I've been able to try out so far. But I really like it for a lot of reasons, which I'll get into. But the cost is $150 US, which I think is pretty fair. It's comparable to other camera bags of this quality. So the first unique feature that I want to mention about this bag is the dedicated action pocket. So if you unzip the bag, there's a really large compartment where you can store your bigger items. But I don't know about you, I constantly lose my smaller items whenever there's a big pocket like that. So the nice thing about this bag is that there is the action pocket, which is a small pocket right in the center, dedicated for your smartphone. So you can stick your phone inside of it, it protects it, and anytime you want to unzip your bag to look for your phone, it's right there. Super easy to find. The other nice thing is that this bag has 2 zippers. So there's a main zipper, which unzips the whole bag. And then there's also this top zipper here, which if you unzip it, it won't reveal everything inside of your bag. It is just enough room for you to reach in, pull your phone out, and start shooting with it. Boy, it is so sunny out, which is actually not unusual for Seattle. We do get a lot of sun in the summertime, but it's been dark for so long that I'm not used to all this brightness. But on to unique feature number 2 about this bag. So there's this main compartment, which I just talked about, but in front, there is a dedicated workstation of sorts. And so this is where you can store some of your smaller items and have easy access to them. There are 3 slots in particular, and they each have these pull tabs, so you can easily pull up whatever's inside in case it drops to the bottom, because the pockets are pretty deep. I also really love this safety net feature of sorts, because if you pull an item out and you accidentally drop it within range of this safety net, then the net catches it so that it doesn't fall on the ground, which is pretty ingenious because I drop my items a lot, gotta confess. Now the pockets in here were originally designed for the ShiftCam lenses. There are quite a few of them, and they're really cool for giving you an ultra wide or a fisheye effect, or even a macro or a telephoto zoom effect. So they're designed for those lenses to fit inside. But you don't have to use those lenses. You can put other items in here, like I have my mini tripod for my DJI Pocket 3, which is what I'm filming this video on. And I also have a phone charging bank by Anker. So those fit nicely in here as well. When you're done using this front pocket, there are straps on each side that easily retract, and there's also a magnet to keep the pocket closed. Oh, you guys, I love filming outdoors, but it is so challenging to find spots that either aren't too crowded or aren't too noisy. Anyway, unique feature number 3 about this bag is sitting right here in front of it, and it is a MagSafe clip. So it comes with the bag, and there are 2 main uses for it, 3 actually. The first is to hold your phone. So you know how sometimes you're using your phone, you're either filming with it or doing something with it, and then you want to put it away, but maybe you don't want to stick it in your pockets, or you don't have pockets to stick them in. Girl's problem. What you can do is use this little mount here to just attach your phone. And so this way, this isn't super stable, so I wouldn't walk around like this for too long, but for a quick and easy place to store your phone, you can easily attach it. The other thing you could do is use this as sort of a tripod. So if you have your phone attached like this, I could then place my bag down on a surface, ideally a little bit taller than this, but you get the idea. And I can turn on the front-facing camera of my phone, and I can start filming myself. And I've got my little selfie screen. So you can use it as sort of a makeshift tripod. Or if you're just consuming content, like watching Netflix or YouTube, you could also use it that way as well. Now the third way that you could use this MagSafe attachment is to stick it on the front of your bag on the shoulder strap. There's a dedicated area here. And again, when you're walking and you want to store your phone somewhere that's not your pocket, you can just stick it right there. Or you could also use this as a FPV mount. So while you're walking, or doing something with your hands, you can film using the front-facing camera on your phone. So again, this is pretty stable. I would trust this, maybe light walking, not jogging or running. And I wouldn't leave it on here for too long because, it's fairly easy to take it off as well. But the nice thing is ShiftCam also includes a tether. So you can use the tether to strap the phone to your bag strap, and that gives you a little bit more peace of mind. So obviously this mount is geared for iPhones with MagSafe, but you can use it with an Android phone if you use a phone case or have an adapter that you can add to your Android phone to give it MagSafe as well. So it's compatible with any phones that have MagSafe. Before I get into unique feature number 4, let's go over a few more basic features about this bag. Inside the main compartment is a tablet sleeve for an iPad or a tablet, or a regular notebook for those of us who don't have tablets. There are also little pockets throughout for your other essentials besides your cell phone, such as a water bottle, albeit a small one, sunglasses, wallets, things like that. Overall, the bag has a really nice strong structure, so it maintains its shape even when it's standing up and when there's nothing inside of it, so you can easily arrange and find all of your items. There's an easily adjustable shoulder strap with a nice thick pad and a top handle for easy carrying, which can also attach to a luggage trolley. On the bottom of the bag is an external tripod holder. There are crisscross attachments which feel more secure than those designs that aren't crisscross, and this could also hold bulky items like a jacket. This bag was designed with smartphones and phone accessories in mind, but you can easily use it with other camera gear, such as mirrorless cameras, point and shoots, action cameras, 360 cameras, drones, gimbals, etc. Now, speaking of compatibility, let's now talk about the modularity of this bag. You can use the bag as is, or there are 3 additional cubes to further organize your gear. If you're going to go minimal, you can use the bag by itself to store lenses and small accessories in the front Workstation pocket. This gives you lots of free room in the main compartment for other extras. But if you want to carry a slightly bigger camera inside of this bag, you can pick up the camera pouch. This is a smaller pouch, so it's not really ideal for using a full-frame camera with a big lens attached, but it could work with a full-frame camera and a really small lens. When the camera pouch is in the main compartment, there's still space for adding something like a DJI Pocket 3 Creator Combo, or a DJI Mic 2, or a water bottle. Alternatively, you can also pick up the tech pouch, which has pockets and slots for organizing cables or small phone accessories. For me, I typically carry my Insta360 X3 360 camera, as well as my DJI Pocket 3, DJI Mic 2, and all of my Creator Combo accessories. Finally, there's the lens cube, which is ideal if you have a lot of phone lenses and filters. It's specially made to fit ShiftCam's products, but you could use the space to store other items and accessories. So if you do own a lot of phone lenses and filters, this cube is pretty clutch because I don't know about you, but my method of storing all of these items was super DIY before this lens cube came along. Now, if you happen to get the tech pouch and the lens cube, these two pieces are actually modular, and they can be zippered together to carry as one big case on its own. Or the whole case can fit inside of the workflow bag, although it does take up a lot of space, so there's not a lot of room to fit extra things in the main compartment. But these pouches are super solid, especially that lens pouch, and it'll keep whatever's inside of it really protected. So that is my introduction to the ShiftCam WorkFlow Sling bag. I think it's a really well-constructed bag. It has a lot of thoughtful touches, especially for mobile content creators like myself. With that said, I do think that the 7-liter version is a bit big for me, because when I do go out to create and I want the most minimal camera setup, I'm usually just going out with the phone, the Pocket 3, maybe a wireless microphone system, a couple other small accessories, but I definitely don't need to fill an entire 7-liter bag. So I'm really excited that there's a 4-liter bag coming out soon. Again, I haven't had a chance to test it, but I hope to test it out soon, and I'll update you on how that bag fits for me. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think about this bag, if you're interested in a bag like this that is aimed at mobile content creators. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.